moon looks cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I see it close.
That picks up our calls when it's full moon. Yeah. Mentally ill people get a lot more calls on full moon.
Yeah.
I couldn't explain it, but it's true.
I think the strangest call I heard over the radio, and some sergeant said that they weren't going to go on it, was some lady called in during Christmas and said like 21 Santa Clauses were trying to break into her house.
Yeah, probably not a real call.
Because 21 Santa Claus is drunk downtown doing stuff, that'd be a real call. But
That'd be a real call.
you can hold your spot, we go to the bathroom, we get something.
I'm good for a while, but maybe check back later. I appreciate it.
Can't imagine this will go much longer.
These guys had just finished one of these that done by Lloyd's there.
Really?
They were hoping to go home, and all of a sudden they got called out here.
So how many shootings did they have today?
This is the second one that I know of.
Huh. Second shooting?
Maybe this is a retaliation, maybe.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We solve a lot of these things. It's, some cities like Chicago and stuff, they're lucky to solve 10% of them, but it's still a small enough town where we can solve maybe, at one point it was 80%. I think it's less than that now, but I bet it's still 50, 60.
Yeah. Well, Chicago, there's shootings every hour there.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll have 40, 50 people hit in a weekend. I heard as many as 70. Like 4th of July weekend one year, there's like 75 people got shot. They just count the ones that get hit.
They just count the ones that
We
get
count, like, we find casings on the road, we call that a shooting, and we document that, we do our report. We send the casings in the crime lab. And that's a stat for us, Later on, they catch the gun, and then they put them all together,
That's cool. I was thinking about going along the beach and picking up shell casings and coming out here and tossing a few in the street and see what happens.
That'd be a mess for us, but yeah.
With your fingerprint on it with a felony.
Yeah, you don't want your DNA or your fingerprint on it.
No. Little beach sand.
It's crazy that you can fire a gun off in a revolver or a semi-auto and then the fingerprint survive. It does sometimes. I think it'd melt off.
Yeah.
So the shooting that happened on 122nd and Bush?
It was just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't out on that one. I normally work the north end up from Sandy to Division on 82nd. That's kind of my normal area. The last week I've been down at the range as a firearm instructor, so I haven't been out hardly at all.
Oh, man.
That's where I came from this, is I was coming from the range.
Really?
Every 3 months our guys got to go in and qualify with their weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering if that kid survived or not. He was shot in the stomach.
I haven't heard of a fatal in a little while, so I want to say he did. We had one a couple days ago where a guy got shot like 3 or 4 times. And he lived. We got there, he was telling us to fuck off. I didn't call you. You're laying there bleeding, dude. Give me some help. You don't want nothing to do with us.
No.
All right, bud.
That happens more times than you think. Not so much up here, but like in California, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Gang members are like, hey,
Yeah, well, they ambush the cops down there too. So there's no love between them.
No.
We haven't got to that point yet. I'm glad too. I got a son out here working. He's been a cop 3 years out in North Precinct. So. Kind of worries me. All the crazy shit I've done. I know his mom. It really freaks his mom out knowing he's a cop.
Mm-hmm.
He was her first kid. He's pretty sharp. He makes good decisions. I think he'll be all right. But you never know. It's a crazy job.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest turnoffs of the Portland Police, as far as people wanting to join, is dealing with the homeless and risking getting stabbed with a needle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was with the female officer one time, and we had to arrest this guy. He was drunk out walking on the road, going to get hit. So she wrapped her arms around him to grab him, and he had 2 needles in his shirt pocket with the cap off, and he just drove them both in her forearm. And they had to send her in to get some shots to kill the germs or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And she had to go for like a whole series of shots. And then like a week later, she was shot and killed in a shooting. So never.
Here?
Yeah. Her
Huh.
name was Colleen Weibel. She was a really nice officer. Worked 82nd area a lot. That was a long time ago, probably 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
They were knocking on a door, marijuana grow, and a guy shot through the door with a rifle and killed her. Shot the female officers with her twice too. Yeah, that freaked me out.
Well, if you're going to a drug house and you're going to knock on a door, you better make sure you have cert with you.
Well, they ran everybody's name that they knew of, and everybody checked out. Nobody had a real violent, dangerous record or anything. But there was a guy there that came in out of town from Nevada, and he had like three-time felony guy, and he thought he was going to go to prison for the rest of his life. He got caught with another felony, so he's like, I'm not going. I'm going to shoot it out. So he just unloaded on him with a SKS rifle. He shot 2 or 3 of them, and then one officer shot back with a .45 through the door, hit him in the spine, and paralyzed him. So he was laying right there behind the door. Yeah. You try to, before you knock on a door, you always run them, you always try to figure out. It's like you pull over a car, you always run the plate before you walk up there. I don't turn my lights on until I run it, so I know who I'm going to walk up on. But you never know. I mean, it could be a stolen car or whatever.
Go up, do a traffic stop, and then when you run the plates, you find out it's a guy out of New York that has warrants for shooting cops.
Yeah. I had one like that where a guy had a meth lab in the trunk, and he had like 3 federal warrants. And the plate was switched, so we started asking more questions. He had a 357 underneath the seat, and we asked him to step out of the car. He reached down and grabbed it. So we started pulling him out the window and got him down on the ground. He had the gun out, but it was in one of those holsters with a nylon holster with a snap. And he only had one hand, so he couldn't get the snap off, luckily. So we didn't have to shoot him, and he couldn't shoot us. But he went to jail forever after that. He's already been arrested for robbery, and he had a meth lab, DCS, MCS, all those felony drug cases. Yeah, that was a bad deal. I was driving by, and I stopped to cover the other officer. He would have been by himself. I think they would have shot each other if I hadn't came by.
Yeah.
That was just one of those things. Hey, I'll stop by and check on him, make sure he's all right. Shit, I had a guy last year at 93 and at Ramona, I think it is, that street right off of Foster, cul-de-sac or by the Max platform. We went to hook this guy up on a warrant for burglary, and he had a Glock 9mm in his waistband. And we took him to the ground. He's trying to get up, but he's really buff, convict guy. He was in prison lifting weights for 10 years because he shot a guy in armed robbery in Salem, and he was just lifting weights every day. And he had a big sweatshirt on. We didn't realize how stout he was. So we grabbed a hold of him, got him down, like, oh shit, this guy's strong. And he's trying to get up, and then all of a sudden he quits trying to get up. And like, oh, what's he doing? And I look over the top of the pile, and I see him bring out this 9mm Glock. I'm like, oh shit. And first of all, I was thinking, is that my Glock? Did he get my gun out of a holster when we were wrestling and stuff, So I was thinking I should let go and shoot him, but what if I let go and shoot him and I don't have my gun? And he's got my gun, I'm gonna get shot. So we just wrestled and fought for like 5 or 6 minutes before we got another guy there. We took him to jail. He'd only been out like 2 months. First thing he wants to do is go do a burglary and steal a gun. So that was in September. He's still in jail over that. He's going to go to court federally. He'll probably get 7 or 8 years if he's convicted. Then he'll get charged with the burglary too.
Yeah.
That was a bad one though. You're rolling around the ground, you get tired, you know. He's 31 years old, prime of his life. I'm 55, you know. You get one like that, you think, man, should I be tired? Should I be out here doing this? Is this money worth it? The only reason I'm doing it is for health care for my wife and kids, you know. I have a pension now, but that health care it's freaking $1,800 for the health care for 4. So that takes a big chunk out of my pension. So.
$1,800 for health
Yeah.
care?
Yeah.
A month?
Yeah, a month for my wife and 2 kids.
Well, my insurance, both the car and renter's insurance, is like $2,000.
Yeah. All that shit adds up, man. I gotta put my daughter through college too, so I'm paying for that. So it's not really about me anymore. It wasn't one time, but now it's about my kids. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
My youngest is getting 1 more year of high school when he gets out. I'm hoping he goes to the military. He's thinking about doing that.
So you got one that works for the Portland Police,
Yeah.
one in college, and one in high school thinking about going into the military.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I think it'd be good for him to kind of grow up a little bit. You get some good benefits out of that for later in life. You know, if he gets out, right now he has no interest in going to college, but 3 or 4 years he grows up a little bit, he might want to do that. They'll pay for it at that point. He might get shipped to the sandbox if the war starts off. But I think it's about to go off over there with Iran. What do you think?
I think so too. I mean, they missiled a couple ships.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't think Trump's going to take much of that.
No.
Chill out, man. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, they're putting mines out on the shipping lanes, shooting missiles at our drones. I think it's a matter of time before that tees off.
Tease off. Shoot down a couple of our drones.
Yeah, well, those drones can shoot back. They better rethink that one,
Yeah.
Yeah, those Hellfire missiles on there.
And the nice thing is Iran is right next to Iraq.
It'd be nice if we just get the hell out of that whole area, but everything's connected all together now. The world's gotten a lot smaller.
And also Iran's right next to Afghanistan, so. So we got several ways in and they got 2 ways out on an attack.
Yeah. I just hope they just fire some rockets and don't get another ground fight. Send some cruise missiles over there.
Yeah.
Shoot those little patrol boats out of the water.
What do you think? A little bit. You want to go to look for some other action?
Yeah, we'll go look for some other action.
They just opened it up to